Obviously, on this show, Dolph, we're talking about money all the time, but I want you to think about this for your personal life, for you and Veronica as a family. I know you watch your budget, and that's kind of what you're doing every day for everybody else, so you do the same in your own household. But
absolutely,
when it comes to unnecessary spending, we've all got something frivolous we spend money on. What's your guilty pleasure?
Oh, God, vacations.
Okay.
Spoiling my daughter. Buying her toys and stuff that we don't need to buy her.
That's nice. Vacations, pretty popular for a lot of people, I'm sure. Maybe it's expensive clothes for you listening. Maybe the latest technology with iPhones or something. According to a survey by Charles Schwab, the most common waste of money in America is eating out. Uncle Sam says that we spend an average of $9 a day on restaurant meals and takeout. How do you help your clients, Dolph, when they're 55 and older, they're nearing or in retirement? How do you help them make smarter decisions about how they spend and manage their day-to-day money?
Just because you retire doesn't mean your cost of living is going to going down. And it's all about, we talk about how much income you have coming forward. But this is a classic story. I'm going to share this story about my dad. My dad lives up in Michigan. Right now he's 73 years old. He's been a client of mine after he lost the 2008 thing. He decided, I'm going to come over to the safe side. And I was telling him about a study very similar to this, but it was talking about how much money you're going to spend in retirement just on food alone. And I asked my dad, do you have a food budget? And he goes, what do you mean you have a food budget? I said, well, you're going to spend an average of $9,400 a year, and basically you have almost $190,000 every 10 years in food. Mm-hmm. And he was like, there's no way. And I said, yeah, you have to basically spend $350,000 over a 20-year retirement time for just food. And my dad was an engineer. Mm-hmm. Writes everything down. And when he goes out, he has this program. He calls me up a couple days later. He goes, son, this is crazy. He goes, from 60 to 70, my wife and I averaged $53,000. That's how much we spent in food. He goes, you were saying about 90, and we were at 53, and they're very frugal. And he goes, wow, I didn't realize. And so over the last 5 years, cutting the story short, is they've been more careful on what? Eating out. Because you're thinking you're spending almost $4,000 a year eating out in food. Mind you, Kristen, that was an average, correct?
Mm-hmm.
That was an average you were talking
right.
about, the $4,000?
Yes.
Yeah. That's a lot a month. You break that down over 12 months, look how many things you can do. And if you do the numbers, if you put $3,000 annually into a savings vehicle and you let it sit there for 30 years, and let's just say you get a 7% return on the average, which is possible, mm-hmm. you're going to wind up with almost $400,000 of money. It's crazy, folks, but numbers don't lie. It's like when you look at the store and you're going to buy something, ask yourself this simple question. Do I need this or do I want this?
Right.
Because there's so many things that we want. I tell my wife, you don't need those shoes. You want those shoes. You have enough shoes. But they match the shirt. I say, I understand that. But do you really want to take that money there? Or do you want to put it towards our daughter's college education? Remember this one thing when it comes about saving money. You got to remember tomorrow. And I told my dad this. Remember tomorrow, because the consequences of what you did today is going to affect what's going to happen tomorrow.
That couldn't be more true, and that's why Dolph put together a 5 steps to retirement and budget guide to give you some helpful hints and ways to address that at home. If you'd like that as a resource, it is free. You just speak to a team member off the air, and they will send you that 5 steps to retirement and budget guide complimentary, 704-919-0149. 704-919-0149. Connect to at clearincomeforlife.com.